For the sake of time and your own sanity, not to mention mine, those are all the options that I'm going to show you, but of course there are way more, as you can see. So in this video, I just want to point out some of the other options. I won't demonstrate them, but we're going to come back to this lib option in a future video. So that one is important, and we're going to talk about it, but just not right now. But then we've got options around modules. So we'll also discuss this later on when it comes to, sharing files and importing, exporting, all that stuff. We'll talk about modules. You can change how TypeScript handles those. Also, there's this setting allow.js, which tells TypeScript that you're going to allow JavaScript files to be part of your program. You can then import JavaScript files into your TypeScript. And then also check.js. If you turn this on, TypeScript will give you error reporting, and it's going to, do the same stuff it's doing here. If I mess something up, like, well, that's not a good example. Over here, if I get rid of this, it complains to me, right? We've seen this a million times. It will start doing that for you in JavaScript if you have JavaScript files with errors, and as far as it can tell that there are problems, right? And then we have the source map setting, so you can tell TypeScript to create source maps for you or not. And then we have no emit. If you turn this on, it's not going to compile files. It won't actually emit new JavaScript files for you. It still does the type checking, but maybe you don't want it to make all the JavaScript files. And there's some more settings around source maps here. And then we've got one which is no emit on error. And some people like to use this one. This will tell TypeScript if you encounter an error in compilation, something goes wrong with your type checking, don't emit new files. So you would only end up with compiled JavaScript files if it was error-free. If that process went well, you didn't have any issues, then and only then will TypeScript emit those JS files. But right now, even if we get an error, it's still making us our JS files. And I think that's the last one that I wanted to show you. There's a bunch of these under strict, type checking stuff that you can go into, but those are the really key ones you should know about. Of course, there will be situations you have to go tweak some setting you've never heard of, but that's what the docs are great for. Anyway, back to learning more TypeScript and less configuration, hopefully.